for anything except working in McDonald's for poverty wages, then they are a dismal failure. And by opposing the minimum wage, they are admitting it. They are consigning thousands of workers to poverty. We reject the idea that our leadership has to come from billionaire.
May 15th, there's going to be an international strike of workers, international strike of low-wage workers to fight for a $15 minimum wage, to fight for a livable wage. Let's join that. Let's support that. Let's build the community support necessary to fight for a decent wage. The Our Walmart workers are fighting for a $15 minimum wage. Let's build the community support to demand that they get the wages that they need. The workers in here, the Our Walmart workers, the workers in the fast food restaurants are fighting for a $15 minimum wage. They're fighting for the right to be able to pay, to be able to feed their children, to be able to have housing for their children. They make billions of dollars for this corporation, and the corporation gives them a minimum wage in return. Why should they only have to get public assistance, which means that we have to subsidize the workers? That means not only do they get the tax benefits for coming into our communities, but they're also getting subsidized by us because they don't pay their workers a decent wage. And the same goes for the McDonald's workers. They don't pay their workers enough to live, so we're also subsidizing their workers because their workers have to go on public assistance because they don't get a decent wage. How can that be when they make billions of dollars for Walmart, but they don't get, in return, what they get is not enough money to feed their children? Is that right? Is in return they don't get enough money for their basic necessities to live? Doesn't every human being have the right to live and to have a decent life?
Not just for workers' rights, but also for human rights. We have to understand that minimum wage is a human right.
Millions of dollars for Ronald McDonald, but what do they get in return? They get not enough money for decent health care, not enough money for rent.
We're taxing everything that we do. We're taxed if we buy food. We're taxed if we go to the movies, or anything that we do with our families. If we buy clothes, we're taxed. The workers in this country, they've been producing their wealth for all those years, and now it's time that we get at least $15 an hour. That's the minimum that they deserve. Plus, also, we need to have a decent education, free on all levels.
Could you talk about the land trust?
A community land trust is a type of nonprofit organization that effectively removes land and housing from the speculative real estate market and establishes resale controls such that future owners cannot speculate on the land or the housing.
Thank you.
So it effectively creates permanent affordability.
And do you think that the land speculation might be a cause for the recent workers' strike against Walmart and a couple of places like McDonald in California?
Well, the problem with the workers' strike at Walmart is that they're not making a fair wage, and so they can't really afford to pay the housing prices that are currently extant in California and in other parts of the country as well. So they're paying perhaps sometimes more than 50%, maybe 60% of their monthly income toward their housing in an LA area market. So that's certainly not affordable to low-paid workers. So they need to have a living wage.
But do you how is the housing cost in California compared with housing costs on the average in the United States? Do you have any idea about this?
Well, I can't speak for the entire state of California, but certainly the Los Angeles market, the San Francisco market, Santa Barbara, quite a few of the markets in California are among the highest in the country. So,
But how much higher than in other places?
Well, I don't know the exact percentage higher, but I think that a house that might cost $500,000 here might cost only half of that in a place like Ohio or Detroit, much less. I think you can buy a house that would be valued at $500,000 here. You can buy it for probably $15,000 in Detroit.
Thank you so much for your interview. I appreciate your generosity of sharing information with me. Thank you very much.